Oh, this is the Variety Kid, and you may have heard T-Series temporarily took over PewDiePie, and actually, I mean, I noticed that on the Social Blade graph here. Okay, so as y'all see here, as you can see here with that sub gap graph, it approaches 0. I mean, I actually didn't know if it actually went all the way down to 0, but I mean, actually, it didn't show the T-Series having an advantage or PewDiePie having a negative advantage, but. And also, as you see here in the photo, that says 10:15 p.m. Social Blade time, which is an hour ahead of us. So that means that this was taken 9:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. PewDiePie's channel has been saved 9 times, or technically 9 times. Or I mean, I don't know. I mean, it was like. The 9th time wasn't fully effective because, like, you know, it was actually caused by the sub purge, which y'all probably know about, where PewDiePie lost some subscribers, causing T-Series to briefly take over. But anyways, today we're going to talk about all the ways PewDiePie has been saved, most effective to least effective. Okay, so the most effective way was in early December 2018. It was December 2nd. Jacksepticeye posted a tweet, and Markiplier did a live stream, and Logan Paul did something else about subscribing to PewDiePie. So, okay, so on the first day immediately afterwards, PewDiePie gained 218,175 more subscribers than T-Series, which is the biggest advantage PewDiePie has had over T-Series since his lead as #1 got saved originally. And then the following day, he gained 182,689 more subscribers. And on the first 2 days, he gained 544,324 and 484,097 subscribers respectively, which was quite a lot. And I mean, yeah, I mean, T-Series still gained some. I really wonder if people didn't mention T-Series, would PewDiePie grow? Would PewDiePie grow even faster? Because like people wouldn't because like if they mention T-Series, then people might think, oh, I need to go subscribe to T-Series to stop PewDiePie. I want an Indian channel to be #1 because like I mean most people that want T-Series to be #1 or higher than PewDiePie are Indian. But anyways, I mean actually the sub gap did decrease by on the 2 days afterwards. The first day by about 22.9 thousand, and the second day by about 42.3 thousand. But however, it's still but however, even those two amounts weren't as low or high in terms of absolute value as some of the other days. Then and actually thanks to them, they were able to help him until all the way through December 19, 2018, and the highest sub gap was I saw Nightpot posted on the Social Blade live stream that the highest sub gap was 1,470,000. I'm not sure exactly how much, but however, I know that at the end of December 19, the sub gap was 1,469,451 for a total of 16 days. And I don't know, maybe 18 days. It kind of helped for December 3rd, 4th, and 5th, which were the 2 days in between the period where PewDiePie gained less subs than T-Series. But and actually, I mean, like I said, even though they still gained. It still wasn't as big of an advantage for T-Series as some other days. Now we're going to talk about the first way. The first way PewDiePie was saved. The case where the 99% rule, which I think it's more like the 99.99% rule, because like we were all pretty sure that T-Series was going to take over PewDiePie on the 26th or 27th, except for maybe Mr. Beast and his crew of Chris and Jake, which is actually my name, and those other people. But anyways, the second most effective way was when Mr. Beast bought a whole bunch of billboards. Now, I mean, I don't know why. I mean, it is worth noting this might be less effective than the first way because, like, it is worth noting that more people helped out, and it is worth noting that that Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, and Logan Paul all have more subscribers than Mr. Beast, which I'm not sure I like that, because I like Mr. Beast better than all three of them. But anyways, let's get back to the video. So on the first day, the sub gap only increased by 38,721. But that's because it was only a half day. And I've mentioned this before, but I didn't really think those billboards would help. But actually that was the case for two of my other friends. They also thought that the billboards wouldn't help. Because, like, you know, people don't usually abide by billboards. And not to mention, Mr. Beast lives in a city with only like 95,000 people, so not even close to like the biggest city. I'd say it's a medium-sized city. But I mean, on October 27, he gained about 196,000 more subscribers, rounded to the nearest hundredth than T-Series, and which was the peak. And then on October 28, 29, and October 30, he gained more. The advantage of subscribers he gained over T-Series was greater than the first day, but not as much as the second day, and it decreased over time from October 29, 28, 29, and then October 30, and then also on October 31, he still gained more. But however, it still wasn't as much as the first day, because, like, you know, PewDiePie was continuing to gain less subscribers. And then on November 1st, T-Series gained more, but only by 1,071, so not by a lot. So PewDiePie was still able. So you could technically say that it was able to help, because, like, you know, in the past, PewDiePie was, or T-Series was able to gain way more subscribers. T-Series has been able to gain, like, way more subscribers than PewDiePie. And even on those days where T-Series does gain more subscribers than PewDiePie, it is worth noting that it is still way better than before, even on the days where, like, on any day since October 26th, because, like, the lowest that PewDiePie will gain is, like, 80,000, since Mr. Beast helped. And actually previously before, PewDiePie only gained like 20,000 to 40,000, so it did help significantly. And on almost every single day, PewDiePie has been able to gain at least 100,000 subs. So that was the second most effective way. And it helped for a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It increased on 7 days, but it helped for more like 8 or 9 days. And actually on November 3rd, T-Series gained 4,852 more subscribers than PewDiePie, so they still gained more, however, it still has been much worse. And actually, one point of mentioning, PewDiePie actually did gain more subs, and considerable amount of more subs, on November 6th and November 7th. I really wonder why that happened. But, yeah, anyways, now we're going to talk about the third most effective way. This was the fourth time. Now we're going to talk about the fourth time. On January 21, because that was the day PewDiePie began gaining more subscribers. Dude Perfect, VoiceOver Pete, and others helped PewDiePie, which actually I'd say Dude Perfect is my favorite channel out of the top 10 most subscribed to channels. But however, yeah, they helped him, and actually I'd say this was less, even though Dude Perfect has way more subscribers than Mr. Beast. And, I mean, actually, and VoiceOver Pete didn't help a lot, because he doesn't even have 1 million subscribers, so that might not help much. But, however, and actually, that's as of now. This was a month ago, so we probably had even less. But, however, I'm going to say that, that it is worth noting that maybe the newer ways are less effective, because PewDiePie has already gained subscribers, so, like, there's not as many people to subscribe to him. But however, anyways, this helped for a total of 4 days, technically 5. On the day before, I'm not sure if Dude Perfect and VoiceOver Pete had helped out yet, but however, on January 20, T-Series gained 3,055 more subs than PewDiePie, and then on January 21 to January 24, PewDiePie gained more subscribers than T-Series, with January 22nd being the biggest advantage, January 23rd being the second biggest advantage, January 24 being the second least advantage, and only a few hundred more than January 21st. On January 22nd was the only day where he was able to have a 100,000 subscriber gain over T-Series, or in terms of how many subs they get. Sub gap was, and it only brought the sub gap up to like, I don't know, like as of the end of January 24, the last day where he gained more subs than T-Series in that period, was 360. The sub gap at the end of that day was 369,107. And actually in the other two, and actually I forgot to mention it, in the second most effective way, at the end of the day, where the highest sub gap, at least for the end of the day, was 712,200. Now we're going to talk about the fourth most effective way. November 25th, 2018, Mr. Beast said PewDiePie's name 100,000 times, which I know is insane. I mean, come on, really, I know it's insane. 1,000 is enough. We get it. We get that you want us to subscribe to PewDiePie. But anyways, yeah. But anyways, so it helped for 2 days. On November 25th, it increased the sub gap from increased by 88,752, and then on November 26th, the sub gap increased by 98,030. And then actually, I don't know, I mean, technically it helped for more than 2 days, because on November 27th, the sub gap decreased, but only by 6,258. And I'm not sure about how high the sub gap got. I know at the end of November 26th, the sub gap was 277,330. The absolute highest it could have gone to was like the lower 300K, so 300K to 350K. The least effective way was when Mr. Beast advertised PewDiePie at the Super Bowl. Actually, well, this also helped for 2 days. The highest, on February 3rd, it helped 66,315. That's how much the sub gap increased. And then on February 4, the sub gap increased by 12,784. And the sub gap really only increased to like, I don't know. I mean, at the end of February 4, the sub gap was 160,468. And actually, this is just surprising. This is just some interesting information that I might think is interesting. On February 5th, he lost 1,000 subs more than he gained the previous day. So on February 5th, he lost 13,784 subscribers. I said third least effective, but that's excluding the one that didn't necessarily help. I mean, it technically did help because PewDiePie gained more subscribers, but like YouTube removed some subscribers, so maybe it canceled it out or something. But now we're going to talk about the third least effective. Which that one was actually the fourth least effective, like I said. But the third least effective was when Jacksepticeye advertised PewDiePie. This only helped for 1 day, and it increased the sub gap to the 100Ks. It increased it to the sub gap on February 13 increased by 57,534, and it increased to 102,507. And then while it kind of helped in the other days, because on the following days, he lost 17.4K and 10.6K subs respectively, rounded to the nearest hundredth, compared to the previous 2 days on February 11 and 12 being 13.9K and 21.0K. Those small losses may have been caused by the second least effective way, which so this site, I'm not going to say the name, but this site, which actually I'm pretty sure the users of the site aren't really interested in PewDiePie, but however, this site advertised people to subscribe to PewDiePie, and the sub gap didn't even increase to 100K, or if it did, it didn't do it for very long. So on February 9, the day they helped, which was kind of like a fraction of a day, the sub gap decreased by 16,693, but on the day afterwards, and this also helped for only 1 day, but it helped even less, on February 10, the sub gap increased by 26,268, and at the end of the day, the sub gap was just below 80,000. This way helped for 3 days, so it was technically more effective, but it didn't bring the sub gap up much at all. I don't think it even brought it to 50K. But however, so on February 18 and February 19, it really only helped because PewDiePie and T-Series stayed at almost the same thing. On February 18, 2019, PewDiePie lost PewDiePie lost 109 subs, and on the following day, PewDiePie gained, PewDiePie gained 109 subs less than T-Series, And then on the following day, PewDiePie gained 287 more subs than T-Series. And then it really only helped well for one day, where on February 20, PewDiePie gained 10,334 more subs than T-Series, increasing the sub gap to 46,368 a day. Now we're going to talk about the least effective way, or the least effective way as of now. So, I mean, actually, the sub gap, so this was in the middle of the day. The sub gap went from just below 5K to, like, I don't know, like a few 10K, like, I know it was at least 20K, and then actually T-Series took over PewDiePie temporarily, so as of now it's the least effective way. But however, as of the end of the day, PewDiePie had 55,776 more subs than PewDiePie, and PewDiePie himself and Mini-Lad and some other people helped out, which was the last way out of them all in order in which they happened. I hope you enjoyed this video. This video was kind of hard, so be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. I could really appreciate it. And yeah, and also maybe tell me you enjoyed it in the comments if you want to. I mean, because if you did, because I could also use that. And I'm sorry if this wasn't really good editing, but I mean it was hard. But I hope you enjoyed this video and have a nice day. Bye.